Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this money. So I am going to give you an update on how much money I was able to generate from my side hustle in the month of January. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so glad to have you. But if you've been rocking with me for a while and you are a fellow gold digger, welcome back. I love and I appreciate each and every one of you. So if you are new, one of my side hustles that I do is that I am a notary, and basically what that means is that I sign documents that people need notarized, and I usually travel to them. So I meet them wherever they might need me, their home, at their job, a public place, or wherever. So I travel to them and I notarize whatever documents that they need. I like it because it is really flexible. It works with my schedule, and typically I'm able to generate a decent amount of money as a side hustle doing this. Okay, so we're going to talk about what I was able to generate for the month of January. Now, if you've seen some of my previous videos, my goal for the month is to generate at least $1,000 a month working 10 hours or less in my side hustle. So some of y'all might be like, girl, you ain't even working, or you're not even trying to work. And part of that is because I don't really have a lot of free time to work in the side hustle, either on the evenings or weekends, just due to my main job. So I really needed something that is very flexible, and I have found that, you know, being a mobile notary has served me very well, and it is really flexible for me, and I can adjust and adapt it to my schedule and what I have going on. Okay, so my ultimate goal is to make $1,000 a month working 10 hours or less. Okay, so for the month of January, the grand total that I was able to generate was $1,155. Okay, yes, I'm really excited about that. So that was $1,155, and the amount of hours I worked was approximately 8, and that was being really generous. So let's quickly break this down of what I was able to make. And I do have, let me pull up my screenshot so I can show y'all my receipts, so in case if you don't believe me what I was able to generate. So let me pull up where I had taken a screenshot of my income for the month. So let me see. Let's see if y'all can see it. Y'all see that? So this is my Square report. It shows that I got $985 and I had 6 sales or 6 transactions. Now I do have some cash. You might be like, girl, that ain't $1,000, you stretching. But I did have 2 cash paying clients, and my cash was $170. Okay, so that $985 plus the $170 is how I got the $1,155. Now, when you use Square, though, you're using the card, so you do have some credit card fees associated with that. So my credit card fees were about $26, so I just went ahead and rounded that to $26. And then also included in the price, or in my total, I should say, in my total revenue of the $1,155, I did have to use some witnesses, so I paid my witnesses out of that $1,155. So my witness fees were $75. So 75 plus the 26 from the credit card fees, that's what, 101. Let's just round it up to 105 to make it easy math, because I'm all about the easy math. So my actual profit for the month is $1,050. Okay, which is really good. So it's right, I skirted right over that that $1,000 mark. Okay, so $1,050 is the total profit that I made. Now I say I want to do it working 10 hours or less. So usually the notary jobs that I do, they usually take no more than 15 minutes of my travel time to get to them, if that. And then me being there with them usually takes maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Usually nothing I had this month. Well, there was one job where they didn't have all the paperwork, so I waited for her to print out the paperwork. So that took about 30 minutes, but it was like 10 minutes away from my house or whatever. So most of the jobs that I take about 45 minutes or less. Okay, there was one job where I decided to go out in the snow, and the travel time for that took longer. So it took me 30 minutes to get there and 30 minutes to get back, given the snow. And then I was there for about 20 minutes. Okay, so but even with that, even with me being very generous, y'all see that I had 8 clients. It was, when I calculated everything up, it was about 7 hours and 45 minutes. So I just went ahead and rounded it to 8 hours that I spent, because one of the jobs was like literally like 5 minutes from my house, and it didn't take long. But Needless to say, I'm just trying to show you that I'm not spending a whole lot of time in this business or doing, working the business or whatever, but I'm still able to generate money. So let's see what that translates to with me doing 8 hours. Let me pull out my calculator here because it did not calculate that. So 1,050 divided by 8 gives us $131.25 an hour. So let's just make it even, y'all. 130. We're just gonna call it a smooth 130. So I made $130 an hour, and that included my travel time. Now, if I included the actual work I did, that would be even less. It'd probably be like around 200 or so. But this is doable. This is something that you can do, and I want to show you that you are capable of doing anything. Now, I will say this, because I see some of y'all have private messaged me about my notary business, and I see some of y'all have also made comments as well, and just saying like you're not successful or you need help with your notary business. And I am going to have a video coming out this Saturday, during Side Hustle Saturday, talking about ways for you to be successful in your side hustle. I'm not limiting it to just notary, but just how you can be successful in your side hustle, okay? But I see the comments, I see your messages, and I responded to some of y'all who have private messaged me and stuff about your business. But I'm showing you this to show you it is doable. It doesn't take a whole lot of clients. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Now, if I had more time, I could definitely see more profits, okay? But with the amount of time that I'm spending, and I am really, really happy with the profits that I am making. So don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. Here's the thing. If they're saying they can't do it, or you're not successful in it, then you need to evaluate what you can do differently. Because I have shared with you guys, when I initially started as a notary, I was trying to do the real estate documents, like the refinances, the seller's packages, the buyer's packages. That was where people were saying the money was when it came to being a notary. That is where I started. That is what I tried. And I realized, hey, that is not my niche, okay? I don't have time to spend chasing down signings and stuff like that, because usually these signings are, I won't say last minute, but they are on a short notice, and they're sending them out to a whole lot of people. So you need to respond quickly. You need to be available either that day or within a few days and stuff like that. And you have to be available at a certain time. So with me and my notary business, pretty much what I'm doing is general notary work, where people are contacting me and I'm letting them know my availability, and we are seeing, does it match up with each of our schedules? If it does, great. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, okay? So I don't get upset when people call me and they're like, I need someone today, and I'm like, well, I'm not available to this time, or I'm not available to the next day or whatever. I don't get upset about that at all. That's just not, that client just wasn't for me. And sometimes a lot of times, if I'm not available, I'll recommend them to someone else, and I say, check with them and see if they're available, okay? So don't get upset if you don't get all the clients. Like, I don't even expect to get all the clients, I don't expect to close every call that calls me and needs a notary, because I already know with my schedule, I'm not going to be available like that. But it is doable, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time, and you can make it work for you. But first, you got to look at what is working and what is not working before you just say, I didn't make any money in it, okay? Look at, why didn't you make any money? And that's what I'll be talking about more on Side Hustle Saturday, giving you some tips and strategies for you to use so that you can be successful in your side hustle, no matter what it is, because you can do it. You can do it. I am proof of it. But if I would have stayed stuck in the mindset of, I'm not getting these real estate closings, I'm not getting the real estate signings, then I probably would be saying some of the sentiments that you guys are saying, like, you can't make money in the notary business. There's so many notaries. People are not going to pay for this, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear all that. I really don't care. There are people who contact me, and they'll, they don't always go with me because of my price, and that is fine. I don't take it personal. I don't take it to heart or anything like that. I just realize that client is not for me, and eventually I will find someone who is my ideal client, okay? Yeah. Chick-fil-A is not worried about the customers who want burgers, all right? Chick-fil-A is not worried about that. They're not worried about that because they know they can still sell chicken sandwiches. They know they can still make money. And that's the kind of attitude I have. I'm not worried about the clients who don't want to pay. to have get something notarized. That's not my ideal client, because there are plenty of people who will pay. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on giving exceptional customer service. I'm focused on generating money, generating income, and that's what you need to be focused on. Instead of focusing on the negative, start focusing on the positive and see what is working and build upon that. Look at what's not working and see what you can do to switch it up and change it, because you can make money. Not just with notary, you can make money with any side hustle that you put your mind to, okay? There's so many people out there making money doing various different side hustles, okay? You just got to find the one that works for you, but be honest with yourself about what is working, what's not working, and why it's not working, okay? All right, so that was my update that I had. So total revenue generated for the month of January was $1,155. Of that, $1,050 was my actual profit. Only saw a total of 8 clients, which comes out to eight hours of work pretty much, which I said is being very, very, very generous, which includes my travel time. If I really was probably being, if I was clocking it down, because I wasn't, keeping up with the time like that. I was like giving estimates or whatever. But if I was really keeping up with the time, I know it's probably like maybe 6.5 hours. Maybe 6.5 hours. Because I was definitely, when I was calculating how many hours or how many minutes I spend, I was definitely rounding up. I definitely was rounding up or whatever and being generous. And part of that is because I want to make sure I'm giving you a good picture of what it is. Like, I would rather overestimate how much time I'm spending instead of underestimating the amount of time I'm spending, so y'all can get a realistic picture or a more realistic picture of what it is, okay? But I know 8 hours. 8 hours is being generous. Like I said, it was really, when I calculated, even with me rounding up, it was more like 7 hours and 45 minutes, but I rounded up to 8 hours to make it easy. So a lot of y'all work 8 hours in your 9 to 5, but 8 hours for the entire month, and I was able to generate $1,000 in my side hustle, okay? So I just want to encourage someone, you can do this. You got this. Stay focused. Get the work done. Put in the work that you need to do to make that money. All right, that's all I have for now. Take care, guys, and be sure to like the video, share the video with a friend, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. All right,